YouTube's 100% informative. What? Oh, he's another video on the evil economics of OnlyFans. Oh, I need to save that to watch later. Next video. The scumbag TikToker who faked Tourette's for clout. Ugh.
Emerald claimed to have suffered from Tourette syndrome since the age of 6 or 7, a disorder which made her life incredibly difficult over the years, so she claimed. By mid-2021, at the age of 27, she was using her 500,000 follower TikTok account Ticks and Roses to raise awareness about Tourette's, whilst simultaneously promoting her yarn dyeing business.
Hi, this is Emerald with Stardust Fiber Studio. I am one of the owners. I also do awareness videos for Tourette's on TikTok.
However, it was with videos like the one we're about to show that began to raise suspicions about whether or not this specific TikToker actually had Tourette's syndrome after noticing that her apparent condition felt forced or fake.
And I wanted to talk a little bit about wow. I wanted to talk. Wow.
It seems like she's just saying. Wow. Like when you, I've watched a bunch of like informative Tourette's videos on TikTok and just like YouTube in general, and it seems very uncontrolled. But this seems like she's literally just going, yeah. And then I was like, wow. Like you're just fucking faking it.
I wanted to talk a little bit about wow. Never mind.
This video is controversial. This video isn't controversial. It's literally about somebody who just faked Tourette's. How's that controversial?
When these suspicions were eventually confirmed to be true, Ticks and Roses was exposed brutally, eventually resulting in the—
Hold up, I need to read that.
Were eventually confirmed to be true. Ticks and Roses—
To be perfectly honest, this is because of the cruel and vile people who threatened and harassed me for the last month. To the point of getting police involved, the people who threaten my family, my children, my friends. You are the reason that people is disabilities hide out of fear of your ignorance and cruelty. I'm not stopping my videos because your lies are true. I'm stopping to keep my mental health and my family safe. How do you say your lies are true?
This video will detail exactly how the internet came to discover that she was faking it, all beginning with a subreddit dedicated to the truth and an old Facebook live stream. We mentioned earlier that alongside her Ticks and Roses TikTok page, Emerald also ran a yarn dyeing business called Stardust Fiber Studio, which had its own Facebook page. On this Facebook page, Emerald would often host promotional live streams dating back to 2020.
Oh, and it would be like a 2 hours of no tip. Like, just fucking talking the whole time. Just fucking perfectly fine. Oh. I think he gets, like, really in-depth with that shit.
Live streams was that, despite apparently having Tourette since the age of 6 to 7, during the entire 1-minute 54-second video, Emerald didn't tick, not even once.
We are wrapping up with planting all of the little seedlings now. He's finishing up with the broccoli.
What makes you want to fake Tourette's? Like, why would you to promote your business? I don't understand that. Money and clout, yeah.
In the videos that were displayed on the Ticks and Roses TikTok page, she's often seen ticking once every 1 to 3 seconds, sometimes even more than that. Therefore, a full 1-minute 54-second old undeleted live stream in which she didn't tick once was certainly some interesting early evidence against the authenticity of her disorder. When the discussion of the Facebook live stream began to show up regularly in her TikTok comments, Emerald actually had a pretty reasonable defense, and would even respond to a specific TikTok that had brought it up. You should check out her YouTube, Stardust Fiber Studio, and take note of how she doesn't have a tick in any of the videos. Maybe you'll think twice. To which she would respond, hey, so this is a comment I saw a lot and I wanted to clear up a few things, before explaining that the ticks didn't happen all the time, and that it was possible for her to make short videos without any involuntary outbursts. The excuse was reasonable and accepted by many, well, momentarily. Shortly thereafter, Reddit would uncover another full 54-minute live stream, again without a single—
An hour video, no ticks? Ooh, see, that one's a little no chance on that. Ooh, fuck. Yeah, just perfectly fine. Yeah, you just like looking at the camera. Look, yo, she's chilling.
Single tick, rendering her previous excuse slightly less believable. There were other pieces of similar evidence. For example, she'll post a TikTok titled Nursery Rhymes with Tourette's, in which she couldn't get past the first line of reading without ticking, yet Reddit would find an example of her reciting a written poem for 2.5 minutes in an old clip without a single sign of even the slightest tick. The pattern was incredibly simple to follow. On her TikTok, the ticks were uncontrollable, yet in any other situation, they were non-existent. With evidence suggesting that her condition had been fabricated, Emerald felt the pressure to prove that her Tourette's was in fact real, at which point she would apparently go and see a specialist to get a proper diagnosis, uploading a video of her consultation to TikTok.
So I know you've all probably seen the chaos happening on my channel, so I wanted to show a little bit of my last outpatient consultation.
While Emerald likely assumed that this would silence the haters, so to speak, it really only did the opposite. Many were suspicious of the letter owing to a multitude of mistakes and oddities within the writing. For example, PTSD had been written twice in the list of past medical history. Why was it necessary to include that she was a very pleasant 27-year-old left-handed lady in the
history of present illness? Very pleasant 27-year-old left-handed lady. What the fuck?
The history of present illness. OCD with anxiety disorder is just flat out wrong. OCD is an anxiety disorder, and an anxiety disorder is not a diagnosis. It is a family of diagnoses. You would have to say generalized anxiety disorder, panic disorder, or unspecified or something. This is not how anyone would code or write this.
So she wrote it herself? Oh my god, that is a double down fucking all bets in that you're fucking getting out of that. Oh, that's a rip. That's a rip.
The letter was certainly suspicious. However, to Emerald's credit, doctors definitely have a reputation for being somewhat careless when it comes to writing. Perhaps the doctor was in a rush and put down...
That's fact. Oh my god, when I had to shadow one, just fucking zoom in. It doesn't matter. Whatever it says. Just so I remember what when they come back. It don't fucking matter.
Maybe Emerald lacked wisdom when it came to life choices, yet I don't think she'd be dumb enough to print a fake letter without reading over it at least once. Mentioning left-handedness actually makes sense if you're a doctor who's aware that there are many genuine genetic and neurological differences between right and left-handers. Perhaps Emerald simply went to somewhat of a careless doctor and pretended to have tics throughout the short consultation, providing her with a legitimate diagnosis for a fake condition. Alternatively, perhaps she had simply written the letter herself in Microsoft Word or Photoshop, highlighted...
Now this looks real. I would say it would be more likely that maybe she like faked it or some shit. Like, cause you could fake that you had tics. I mean, like if you're just going to a base consultation, they might like have some general like complaint / treatment for that. Would they go in depth? Like, if you claimed you had Tourette and you just faked tics, would they want like more in-depth proof, or they would be like, oh yeah, you have Tourette? I don't think they need the extra proof, because why would anyone want to fake that they had Tourette?
Hey, no hate, just curious. I went to Virginia Mason in Seattle a few weeks ago, and my paperwork had a different logo on it. Did you go to a different one?
Ooh.
An interesting thing that no one on Reddit seemed to pick up on is that the genuine Virginia Mason logo has a small TM placed after the name, yet the letter Emerald shows in the photo has no TM. And if you go onto Google Maps, search Virginia Mason logo, filter to photos with a transparent background, and look at the first image, you'll see a logo identical to the one within the TikTok without the little TM as is shown in almost every other official version of the logo. With many assuming that the letter had been fake.
That's so much work. Why do it? I don't give a fuck about I understand money and clout, bro. It's a waste at that point. Like, yeah, it's fucking immoral initially, but it's also a fucking a hassle.
Trolled by people making their own forgeries of the document, such as this one, which read, patient, ticks and roses, doctor, fictitious, date of birth, who cares, chief complaint, fraud, all of which completed in the exact same style as the original letter. After being completely and utterly backed into a corner, Ticks and Roses would disable comments on the video before deleting it days later. At the same time, she'd also delete everything from her Instagram page, with one Reddit post stating, TAR has deleted all posts on their Instagram, maybe, which was then confirmed by a comment reading, can confirm it, I don't see anything on their profile. However, many wanted further punishment against TikTok.
Yeah, if I'm them, I'm just dipping. If I'm them, and you fake having Tourette for however long they did, and then someone's like, you don't have Tourette, and then they're like, they prove it, I just leave the app. Like, it's just easier.
Ticks and Roses. Specifically, they wanted the TikTok account deleted. Take down Ticks and Roses merch and platform, red1change.org.
Oh, they're they, them. I called them her. Oh, okay, whatever. My bad. You shouldn't have done this in the first place, obviously. But I would say they should have just fucking... If I did this and I got caught, I'd just leave. Like, why would you double down and be like, no, I have Tourette. I have Tourette's.
This disease is not a joke, and she clearly finds it funny to fake it to gain clicks, followers, and even money. She's been selling merchandise for her own personal gain and fortune, as far as I and many others know.
She made fucking merch about Tourette? That's bad.
Like I said in the first part, this illness isn't a joke. It's not quirky, it's not a game, it's a terrible disease with no cure, and she's been doing disgusting things to profit off it. Many went even further by commenting on how Ticks and Roses had impacted their life personally. I'm signing this because my husband suffers from Tourette's. Every day, his body does things that he does not want to do. It's embarrassing and it wears him out.
Have y'all ever seen the videos of, it's this one guy, he's like a middle-aged dude on TikTok, and he cooks with Tourette. Yeah, I don't know why, it would have just made more sense for them to do that. I don't really understand that. Wool OZ, thank you for the 500 bits. Did y'all see the video of the guy cooking? I don't know how he's like cutting and shit with fucking Tourette's and he's like fucking it, like, oh no, I'd be terrified.
So an easy way of doing this, fucking let me know.
Most of the time he's fine, but he would post like a clip of him like when it gets bad.
Right, okay.
I would just be nervous that I would like cut my own hand. I don't know a lot about Tourette's and whether or not like self-harm is like prominent in that, but like, bro, I would be nervous.
This person is not doing this for awareness. They're doing this simply because their business has been profiting from the merchandise they make about their Tourette's, which she does not have. I'm asking any and all others to please sign this petition.
How profitable is Tourette's merchandise though? Can I ask, being genuine, how profitable is selling fucking $1 metal pins about Tourette's? You're making what, 1,000 purchases or sales at most?
Try and gain attention from. This person is disgusting. By this point, Ticks and Roses wasn't exactly popular or well respected by those who once followed her content. It felt like it was only going to be so long until Reddit users found a strong enough piece of evidence to put a stop to the antics altogether, or so they thought. Instead, they would find an old video which actually added credibility to Emerald, derailing the project in the short term.
My name is Emerald, and I have Huntington's disease. It affects all aspects of a person's life. It causes movement disorders, such as involuntary jerking, impaired gait and balance, and difficulty with speech and swallowing.
In yet another old Facebook livestream, before her TikTok had blown up, at a time when she had less motive to lie, Ticks and Roses somewhat sincerely shared information about her.
See, now I'm a little, a video from 3 years ago before they had a TikTok saying that they had Huntington's disease. Would you still be motivated to lie then?
Experience with Huntington's disease, stating that one of the symptoms was involuntary jerking.
So yes, I have Huntington's disease. But Huntington's disease doesn't have me.
In addition to the video, Reddit users found an old Huntington's disease fundraiser from October 2014 hosted by Emerald, which stated, "Huntington's disease is something that affects my entire family. My grandfather was diagnosed and shortly after my mother as well. I'm doing this walk for my grandfather, for my mother, and for those in my family that have the potential for having this disease as well." While many on Reddit remained skeptical in comments as blatant as, "I don't believe she has Huntington's disease," the video in combination
While many Redditors have saying that this is complete and utter bullshit and that they are lying out of their asshole, there still is some dude. All right, the fucking Reddit comment. I don't believe this for shit. Like that's what the comment would be.
Combination with the 2014 fundraiser gave her a pretty good case, proving that she did in fact have the disease. However, people quickly discovered something else associated with this diagnosis that was extraordinarily fishy. In order to be diagnosed with Tourette's syndrome, you must have symptoms that are not the result of another medical condition such as Huntington's disease. Even if she does have tics, which is major doubt here, no doctor should be diagnosing her with Tourette's. Instead, any good doctor should be telling them that their tics, again major doubt, are a byproduct of their Huntington's.
Yeah, so either way, they don't have Tourette's. Either way, it's an off symptom, or if that's the right word, of Huntington's disease.
This basically meant that if she did truly have Huntington's, the case for her having Tourette's was now even weaker. However, there was still no rock-solid evidence proving that she was in fact—
Jake just gave 300 bets. Would you do it? Would I fake having Tourette's for money? No. Probably not. Probably no on that one. I mean, I haven't done it yet, and I've been on social media for 2 years, so I don't see myself faking Tourette's. By the way, guys, just got diagnosed by the doc the other day. No, I'm not gonna fucking act like I have Tourette's.
And there was still one—
So there's still a chance.
Which the truth could be.
Yeah, by the way, guys, I had paper cooking in the background for a bit. Joe Bartolozzi, a pleasant young man. Fucking has Tourette's. No, I don't have Tourette's.
It affects my entire family. Also mentioning that she had a 14-year-old sister. Well, this specific sister would discover the—
I thought tics was the bug. Oh my god. There are tics that are bugs. That is also true.
Thread after it had gained international attention, after which she would shatter the wall of lies that Emerald had been hiding behind as her TikTok grew larger and larger. On the 31st of May 2021, a user by the name of Jade4101 would make a post to the subreddit titled "Introducing Myself and the Truth," which contained the following message. Hi everyone, I recently found out about everything going on. I wanted to clear up some misconceptions and share my part. I am Emerald's sister and we grew up together. Although we were raised non-denominational Christian, my mother, who is an amazing woman, and I have always been supportive of Emerald and miss them dearly. We have always accepted them. They cut communication with us. We have tried to reach out, but they no longer wish to have contact with us, and we haven't talked in years. I'm just commenting in hopes of clearing up misinformation. Also, my grandpa does have Huntington's. It's late onset, which means it doesn't show up till late in life. My grandpa is currently suffering from the side effects and is not doing well. It's very sad. My mother has it too, but is not yet showing symptoms, thankfully, and I have not been tested. Lastly, I do not believe Emerald has Tourette syndrome and never showed any symptoms as a child. They are mentally ill though. I love my sister, I always will, and I wish them the best, but I don't agree with what they have done. It's incredibly disrespectful to fake a mental illness for any reason. I'm extending my sincerest apology to everyone their actions have hurt, although I know it's not my apology to give. I do wish for Emerald's safety. All I ask is respect and privacy for my parents and grandparents.
Damn! What is with the echo, though? We didn't need this fucking... We didn't need that, though. That's the one thing, Sonny. Cut the echo from the future video.
The post received over 400 responses.
There is, like, still the idea of being skeptic. Like, there, like a user of Jade41001. Like, there's still that thought in the back of your mind that, like, what if this is just some random person that's, like, not their sister?
From those desperate to get an insight into the unique psyche of an individual who would fake a disorder
Sunny
for
B2?
TikTok.
Yeah.
Do you know why Emerald might have fabricated all this? Did they have a tendency to want attention regardless of it being good or bad? Honestly, I'm unsure why Emerald would fabricate this. I was kind of in shock when I first heard about everything. But yes, they do have a history of fabricating stories or stretching the truth, so to speak. Do you know why they cut communication with you? I'm not exactly sure. I've tried reaching out to them to talk about it, but they never reply. One day we were no longer friends on Facebook and they stopped talking to me. I think they thought me and my mum were unsupportive of them, but we really did support them and love them to the fullest. If I did do something wrong to hurt them, I only wish we could have a conversation about it. My own experience with this behavior is that you know the truth, therefore you're dangerous to their delusion. However, it would be when Emerald herself commented on the post that everyone knew the game was well and truly over.
Ooh.
My diagnosis that I've gotten in adulthood you cannot speak on, as we had no contact, and do not blame my partners. You say that this has been hard for you, and that was never my intent. I started awareness because I never wanted anyone to be ashamed as I was. This visceral hatred has been hard for me. It caused my children's school to be called because someone said lies, and they tried to take my children. They're afraid to go to school now. It's caused my car to be trashed. It's caused me to be spit on in public, because I wanted to help people. The money
Do I believe that? Do I believe that? Do I believe that? Spit on in public. I don't. 500,000 follower creator. You get canceled. About a third of your followers know that you got canceled. The odds that they see you and that they're that confident to spit on you, I feel like that's a stretch. Because, like, there might be, like, 1 or 2 people that would do that.
Public outreach. I was interviewed for a person's thesis. I was interviewed for a podcast, but I asked them not to air it out of concern for them. The messages I got from people saying their child wasn't afraid to go to school anymore because of me changed their life. Or a woman saying her husband finally saw a neurologist and getting help. I met friends who had the same experiences as me, who made me feel seen. Now I've closed down everything Tourette's related. I've given up, you all win, and I'm back where I started, living in shame of being different. Please just leave.
What does she mean, living in shame of being different? So is she still saying that she has Tourette? I'm very confused.
Me alone. A day later, the Tix and Rose's TikTok account was deleted permanently. 3 days after that, she would address the deletion on her alternate business page in a video which conveniently featured absolutely 0 ticks.
Hey, I was not planning to address this anymore because addressing it has not fixed it. I was literally bullied off the internet, so I do not do awareness for
some
Tourette's.
dollar store gaslighting with the message. So happy you got through your text and the charade. Your yarn is amazing. You are amazing as you are.
Anymore, regardless of the fact that I do have a clinical diagnosis. So I'm spending my time on my yarn business and on my religious group, and I just want to live my life, and yeah.
Emerald continues to pose.
Wait, but why would she say that she has like I feel like she would double down though. Oh, dude, like I don't know, because she didn't tick it all there, but she's saying she still has Tourette's.
To live my life, and
I don't know.
Yeah.
Emerald continues to post photos for her yarn dyeing business to her Instagram account Stardust Fiber Studio. However, she hasn't shown her face on camera since the deletion of Tix and Roses, showing that perhaps, just maybe, she's learned somewhat of a lesson from this incredibly embarrassing experience.
All right, maybe another Elden late night this week or so. We'll figure it out. But I'll see you guys then. We're going to raid in 5, 4, 3, 2.